Post-game report, the Pioneers fall to the fourth-ranked team in the country, LMU, 91-73, last year's semifinalists. They finished in the Final Four 2 years ago in the final game, and Josh Schertz's team hasn't tailed off much, maybe except his bench, joined by Pioneer coach Nick Pasqua. As we were talking there in the break, and I think this has bit us a couple of times. It's very difficult for us to play from behind when we get behind, and they caught fire. I think I had the stats. I believe we were 6 of 26 at one point in the first half. Just took some contested shots that we can't do.
No, and we talked about probably our first key of the night: get off to a fast start. Let's get some baskets in transition. Let's get some stuff in the press. Let's try to get some easy stuff and not go – like when their defense is set, they're really good.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Terry in the middle. You got guards that are physical. They fight over screens. They're tough. And when you're just repeatedly going against it, it's tough to get shots. That's why we had to get out in transition and push the tempo and knew they didn't play as many. Maybe our depth could help us, and we just didn't push it all. And it's when in our ball screen offense, when we get to second, third side, then we really start attacking and getting shots, and the ball got stuck in hands and just wasn't moving tonight. And, you think back to the Columbus State game, 26 assists, the ball wasn't sticking, it was moving, guys were cutting, and just didn't happen tonight.
And I think what gets lost in LMU's plus 26, 95 points a game is the fact they play pretty good defense too. And I think that the intimidation factor of being up in somebody the way they did, not allowing us to cut. How much of a factor was that tonight?
Well, we came out, we looked nervous, we looked intimidated, and you can talk about not being nervous, you can talk about it, and the only way you're not is if you feel like you're totally prepared for the game and you're bought into the game plan, and then you go in and you're not nervous, and those things don't get to you as much. But for whatever reason tonight, I mean, we practiced it, and everything they ran, we went through, with our 5-man not running at the ball, take away the lob, make them shoot those floaters. We were going to live with those. Yeah. And, all the stats, they shoot 30% in there, but when they get it to the rim, they're about 90%. So, the second half, we did a lot of the stuff we talked about doing. And, but, you can't get down what we did to start and think you're going to get back in the game.
Right, exactly. 31 down, but you outscore them in the second half. Slow start, how much of that comes into the fact that, Peyton Woods wasn't out there on the floor and we just couldn't seem to find Donaldson?
Yeah, well, we got 2 quick fouls on him, and then he we put him back in, but they were just they chased him through every screens. We didn't set good enough screens to get him open. He's got to be more patient. When he doesn't get it right away, sometimes he gets a little frustrated and wants to get it. And then Donovan, I thought he played okay the first half. We come out and start the second half. He had a couple breakdowns there, and Malik gave us a spark. Malik played hard. He wasn't intimidated. He stuck to what we asked him to do, and so we kept him in. And hopefully some guys saw that if you play and you do what we ask you to do, you're going to stay in the game.
I think a little bit of this tonight shows me that, the guys are going to play hard. They didn't give up. 51-38, you outscore them in the second half. I know it's a moral victory. I know we don't really necessarily need any of that, but, I think it does show some merit, with what you're trying to do with this group.
Well, the press was very ineffective tonight. We didn't force – they only had 9 turnovers. To beat them, you got to turn them over some back here and get some easy baskets. When we moved the ball tonight and we got it moving side to side and we were cutting and moving, we got open shots. And when we get open shots, we got guys that can shoot. The first half we took contested shots. So, hopefully we can show them some film tomorrow. And, look, this is what happens when we don't do what we practice, and this is what happens when we do what we practice. Right. So, it's – when you can show them, look, you can outscore them 13 points, and these are their main guys. Now, was their intensity and everything the same? Probably not. I mean, when they get up 30 points, you relax a little bit, but they're still out there, and you're still scoring against them. So, maybe that's one positive you can take from it, and we don't have a lot of time to put our head down. I mean, Queens comes in here Saturday ready to do the same thing LMU did.
Yeah.
So.
LMU had their top 6 out there that whole second half, and I think a lot of that is because they needed to right the ship somewhat. There was some momentum. Yeah. Deshaun Patterson, Taylor, translate that to what Queens brings. Yeah. I'm talking about ball handlers, and they handled our press, and they weren't afraid to be very close in tight quarters, dribbling the basketball. Yeah. Queens will bring that same type of ball handling.
They'll do the same thing. we'll look at Queens. I mean, I looked at them all day today, probably 5-6 hours of film I watched on them. So we'll have them prepared just like we were prepared for tonight. It's just whether we can take it and bring it to the game and execute it. You know, they're probably playing about the same amount of guys as LMU.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we've got to play unselfish. We got to stick together, stick to the plan, more effort defensively, and you know, see what we can do.
Unfortunate. Thanks, man.
All right.
Nick Pasqua, Pioneers fall tonight to the Rail Splitters 91-73. We'll take a break, return with our final thoughts here on our Pioneer Postgame, right here on the Pioneers Sports Network.